What's up everybody, this is XSolar21 and we are here with another video and another discussion about Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse. Now, what I wanted to discuss in this one is basically how our best chance of restoring the Snyderverse is on HBO Max. Because what I found out in the last few days basically, now I don't have any sources or anything, this is just me scrolling through the internet, you know, all that stuff, news, articles and all that stuff. What I have learned from just researching is that HBO Max is not under the control of Warner Brothers. They are under the control of Warner Media, which then in turn is under the control of AT&T. So it goes AT&T, Warner Media, HBO Max, and Warner Brothers. They're very separate companies. It's just that HBO Max is allowed to stream Warner Brother movies on their service. And I believe our best way to restore the Snyderverse, as I said, is through HBO Max. Now, it's obvious that Warner Brothers does not want to mess with the Snyderverse anymore, hence their CEO came out and said so, and how they don't want to release David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad or just anything related to Zack Snyder anymore. They just want to leave that all behind. Yet they have enough disrespect, or they have enough audacity to disrespect his characters or his iteration of these characters by still using his designs and his casting choices going forward, you know? Like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman and so forth. They're still willing to use like Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, and Batman v Superman as their version of canon and still disrespect. And in a lot of ways for me that's disrespectful. Because if they can use his movies as their canon for their own separate DC universe, why can't he use them for his own universe? Now I know legally Warner Brothers can do that, but just on a more personal level, it's just very, very disrespectful, you know? And obviously people are not happy with that. People want Snyder's vision to continue because Warner Brothers keeps preaching about how they're gonna dive into this multiverse because of Flash, but yet I'm sure they are. The only issue is that they say they're going to dive into the multiverse, but it's only the multiverse that they see fit, you know? They say they want to they want to be able to create different iterations of these characters and these heroes and so forth in different universes so that everybody's happy. But when we ask for a certain vision, a certain Snyder's vision in its own universe, they say no, just because they personally don't like it, you know? And that's horrible business. And what I've done is I have basically, to my best knowledge, written down the timelines and the different universes of Warner Brothers and Snyder's universe. Now I know this probably isn't going to show up well on the camera, and I doubt it's going to. I bet as I'm showing you the paper right now, the words are reversed and everything looks backwards. So my apologies, you know, I'm new to this YouTubing stuff, so I'm just doing the best with what I got. I don't have a big, you know, recording studio, microphones, everything. I'm really just sitting here on a cheap chair with just a simple camera, you know. This is all I got, and I just try to do the best of what I got. So I'm just gonna run down play by play Snyder's universe. So, to begin with, you have Wonder Woman, which took place in the First World War. Then you have Man of Steel, then Batman vs Superman, then there you see David Ayer's Suicide Squad, which we still need to see, and then we have Zack Snyder's Justice League. And that's his universe so far. My apologies if I keep looking off to a different, if I stop looking at the camera, I keep looking at the screen right next to it that's attached to the camera. Because I keep checking to make sure that the paper is held up properly to the screen and that you can see it. So that's the top timeline. Now, I know he said Wonder Woman 1984 is part of his universe as well, but just from my perspective, I really think he should not consider that part of his timeline. It does not add up continuity-wise and just does not work in his universe. Now let's go Warner Brothers universe route. You have Wonder Woman, the first one, then you have Wonder Woman 1984, then Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, the studio's version of Suicide Squad, the one that we have seen, You have Justice League from 2017. Then you have Aquaman, Shazam, and Birds of Prey. Now, the issue with their version is that they're still trying to go off of Zack's original movies. They're still trying to go off the same universe that has Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and so forth, even though Ben Affleck has left the role because of how terribly they treated him and so forth. With Justice League and Suicide Squad, those two meddlings alone ruined their whole chance of the cinematic universe, you know? There may be some good movies along the way, like Aquaman and Shazam. I thought those were all right. But Birds of Prey, that does not make any sense at all. And on top of that, they do not even specify when, or most of the time where, most of the time they do not specify when these movies take place. Like, does Aquaman take place after Justice League? That actually did happen afterwards. But stuff like, what did Shazam happen after? Did Birds of Prey happen before Justice League? You know, and so forth like that. And Wonder Woman 1984's continuity is also a big mess, and so forth. You know, it just does not add up in the slightest bit. And just the thing is, like I said, they're still trying to go off of Snyder's movies of like Man of Steel and so forth. It's like, but yet they're now gonna reboot Superman with J.J. Abrams, and yet still is that still gonna be in the same universe, or is it gonna be a reboot? Is it gonna tie into the Flash movie, which is gonna probably retcon and reset a lot of things? We don't know what's going on. Even I'm losing train of thought of what's going on in this universe because it does not make sense or add up, you know? None of it is working. I even forgot to put James Gunn's version of the Suicide Squad. Is that a sequel to Suicide Squad? Is that a reboot? They haven't said. Every time we ask them, they just dance around the question, you know? They just dance right around it. It's like a simple yes or no question. Is it a reboot? Yes or no. Is it a sequel? Yes or no. It's that simple. So they do not know what they're doing, you know? Because at least with Zack Snyder, it's like it fits continuity. It all flows well. It makes sense. So what I have done, also on the back of this paper, of the same paper, is written my ideas of how to fix the DC universe, at least to the best of my knowledge and strengths, you know? This is the best that I can do. There's still maybe some continuity here and there, but I'm doing the best with what I got. So let's just begin. Now with Snyder's universe, and I won't have to show this to the paper, you guys will be able to understand when I say it. Now with the Snyderverse, that can live on HBO Max, which would consist of Wonder Woman, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and any other upcoming projects they were gonna make, like Ben Affleck's Batman movie, the Justice League sequels, maybe even a Man of Steel sequel, a Martian Manhunter spinoff, the Cyborg movie, the Atom movie, any of those, like, and just continue on that path, you know. The Deathstroke movie, the sequel to David Ayer's Suicide Squad, once we get his original version of the first one released, then a possible sequel. Now, that is Snyder's universe on HBO Max. That's our best chances to get it on HBO Max. Now we go Warner Brothers universe. The only similarities it would have with Snyder's universe is it would use the first Wonder Woman movie as its continuity. So it would be the first Wonder Woman 84, Aquaman, Shazam, The Suicide Squad from James Gunn, and The Flash. Now you're gonna ask yourself, but Aquaman and Shazam have references and Easter eggs to the previous Snyder movies like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and so forth. How are you gonna fix that? You use the Flash movie to retcon, you know? I heard Ben Affleck's gonna return into the Flash movie, so there already, with Affleck in there, that can already establish the fact that there is a Batman in Warner Brothers universe. It just may not be the same one as in Snyder's universe. He may just be playing a different universe, a different iteration of Batman, you know? You know what I mean? And then with the Flash movie, it can retcon the fact when Mira called Steppenwolf by name in the Aquaman movie. Shazam, it can erase like the newspaper articles that showed the destruction of Metropolis from Man of Steel, or the Batarang replica that Freddie Freeman had, you know, Shazam's brother, and so forth. That could help fix a lot of things if that script is handled properly. Then you have the non-canon movies, Birds of Prey, Justice League, and the studio Suicide Squad that we saw. Now, I put these in non-canon because regardless of which universe you put them in, they do not fit continuity-wise, no matter which one it's in. Now, of course, like I said, I may make some mistakes here and there on my explanation of this so far, so if I had made a mistake continuity-wise, or if you see somewhere that could be improved, let me know in the comment section below. I'm always open to feedback, you know? Then you have the Tim Burton universe, as I call the Burtonverse. Why do I bring up the Burtonverse? Well, because if Warner Brothers wants to go into this multiverse route, they should delve into some of the previous movies that have been released, such as the Tim Burton Batman films. You have Batman, you of course both have his Batman movies, and then I bring up the Burtonverse because I think the Burtonverse would be the best chance to do a Batman Beyond trilogy. Maybe do a third Batman movie with Michael Keaton, where we see now at the end of the movie he gets too old and has to hang up the cape and cowl and go into retirement, and then start off a trilogy with Batman Beyond in that universe. And of course bring Tim Burton back as at least a consultant and guiding them on the universe and how he would have done it, or, you know, asking for advice, you know. Then you have the solo and the separate universes, which would be of Joker, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, and the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman. Now what I call them solo universes because that means they are not connected to any universe. They are just their own separate solo movies. They're not connected to The Flash, Birds of Prey, Suicide Squad, nothing like that. They're their own separate universes. So Joker and the Batman would be separate universes from themselves. Joker and the Batman would not be in their same universe. They would just be separate, their own worlds, you know? Just one movie in that universe and done, you know, or something like that. Now, here's a clear image of my work, of what I've written. Now, of course, as I said, I'm so sorry if it shows up in reverse on the camera. My sincerest apologies. Like I said, I don't know how to fix that. Like I said, I'm doing the best with what I got here. Now, an issue I did want to talk about with the Snyderverse is that we know in this Justice League sequel that Mira is in the Nightmare timeline, and Snyder did say that the Nightmare timeline was going to be a big focus in the Snyder Cut, but in the sequel to Justice League. And of course, we know who plays Mira, Amber Heard, and that will be covered in my next video because I'm shooting 2 videos back to back. Now I'm filming them back to back. Because as we know, Amber Heard is a very controversial person, and I would say a more hated person. A lot of people don't like her, neither do I, you know. Like I said, in the next video in the next video that I shoot right after this, I'll explain more about that because I also want to use this channel and these videos to you know, just to, you know, express my feelings and how I feel about certain things. So I'll talk about other things that are not Snyder related or anything like that. So like the next video we'll be talking about the Johnny Depp situation and so forth, because I think that is something that does need to be taken into account when involving the Snyderverse, since we know Amber Heard is part of Snyder's universe as Mira. So I believe that, so I am all for the support of the Snyderverse. That's why I keep promoting it, restore the Snyderverse. But the one issue is Amber Heard as Mira, and I will cover that in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the next one if you want to hear more of what I have to say about that topic. Leave a like, spread the word of #RestoreTheSnyderverse. I'll see you in the next video.